Today, DTC's tokenization service announced its plans to connect with Stellar. DTCC is the backbone of global capital markets. 50 years of post-trade infrastructure and $114 trillion in custodial assets. And starting in the first half of 2027, DTC tokenized assets are expected to be available on the Stellar network. That means US Treasuries, ETFs tracking major indices, constituents of the Russell 1000 on a public blockchain, with the same investor protections, entitlements, and safeguards as those that are currently held in custody today. We've spent more than a decade building a network that institutions can depend on. Stellar was built to move institutional volume, meet compliance standards, and manage risk from day one.
These aren't just maybes. I'm going to show you exactly what that looks like on the Liquiplex DEX for RWAs as we enter MVP testnet, because trillions will flow through cryptos like Stellar XLM, and you and I will benefit. One framework, 5 chains, 0 rug chasing. Right now in May 2026, I'm Nathan, aka Nathan of Zion. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes only. But I am your award-winning Stellar XLM crypto developer, Zion Coins founder, and I've been in crypto making serious gains, 10x in my bags numerous times, over and over again, and so can you. Today, we're running every one of these monster stories through the Zai 10x scanner, my simple no BS filter that spots real utility, institutional flows plus network effects on BTC, XLM, XRP, ADA and BNB. Most people are still chasing hype coins and bleeding their portfolios dry. The worst thing you can do right now is ignore the infrastructure, regulations and real adoption. While Europe tightens the screws, Wall Street and global institutions are quietly plugging into the exact rails XRP and XLM were built for. Here's what the scanner lights up on this week's news. Bombshell 1, President Trump just dropped the ultimate promise. I will codify a future-proof digital asset market structure that cannot be undone by crypto haters. He's talking about hard-coding rules that survive administrations and give the industry permanent regulatory clarity. The Zai 10x scanner verdict. This is massive for XRP and XLM. Future-proof legislation means compliant payment rails and tokenization infrastructure. Get the green light for long-term institutional capital. XRP lights up as the bridge asset for regulated cross-border flows. XLM benefits from the broader legitimacy wave. BTC stays king of collateral in a clarified market. ADA and BNB get their secondary tailwinds from cleaner overall regulations. This is the kind of infrastructure that wins the scanner really likes and rewards. Bombshell 2, DTCC, the $90 trillion plus clearing giant, and the Stellar Development Foundation just announced plans to enable tokenization of DTC custodied assets directly on Stellar Network, stocks, ETFs, treasuries, and more. Tokenized versions expected live on Stellar in the first half of 2027. This advances DTCC's multi-chain strategy and brings real Wall Street assets on to a public, fast, low-cost blockchain where you'll be able to access that right from inside your Liquiplex DEX, soon to launch on mainnet. The Zai 10x scanner verdict. XLM takes a massive institutional victory lap. DTCC choosing Stellar for tokenized traditional assets is exactly the kind of real world utility and capital flow the scanner was built to catch. Faster settlements, 24/7 trading, low cost and full compliant tools. This is TradFi finally plugging into Stellar's strengths. XRP rides the same tokenized payments momentum. This is the infrastructure move that precedes explosive volumes. Watch to the end as I reveal what this could look like to your portfolio if we 10,000x from here again, just like we did before down here and up there. Bombshell free, the Bank of Institutional Settlements, BIS and major partner banks are moving Project Agorá from prototype to live real value testing. Tokenized central bank money plus commercial bank deposits for wholesale cross-border payments with actual money moving on-chain rails. This targets the massive inefficiencies in the $150 trillion plus wholesale payments market. The XY, Edge, 10x protocol scanner verdict. XRP scores another direct hit. Cross-border settlements efficiency is XRP's core use case. And when BIS level institutions start testing real value on programmable rails, it validates the entry compliant payment stack. XLM benefits as the faster neutral layer for these flows. This is the quiet infrastructure revolution the scanner loves. Institutions building the future on rails that XRP and XLM already excel at. Bombshell 4. The Fed is pumping $6.57 billion into the economy today. Fresh liquidity hitting the system at a time when institutional adoption narratives are heating up. The XY 10x scanner verdict. Liquidity is fuel. BTC stays the prime macro collateral play as new dollars chase scarce assets. XRP and XLM get the broader risk on and settlement volume lift. Cleaner regulations plus liquidity plus real institution builds is perfect setup for our 5 chains. Bombshell 5, over 40 major crypto firms including Binance.US, Coinbase and Kraken just formed the Transparency Alliance to push standardized token disclosures, self-regulation and clarity from the biggest players. The XY 10x scanner verdict. Industry maturation is safer capital inflows. This reduces, trust me bro, risk and builds the professional standards institutions demand. BNB, XRP and XLM shine as the compliant, transparent rails in this maturing ecosystem. It complements the Trump future-proof push, and DTCC Stellar's moves perfectly. Overall, the XY 10x scanner verdict on the 5 chains right now. XRP and XLM absolute winners this week. Trump's future-proof digital asset structure promises DTC choosing Stellar for tokenized Wall Street assets. H1 2027 BIS Project Agorá moving to real value cross-border testing. Fresh Fred liquidity and the Transparency Alliance. This is the institutional plus regulatory plus infrastructure wave the scanner lives for. BTC strong collateral and macro play as liquidity returns. Regulation clarifies. ADA and BNB secondary lift from the broader legitimacy and tokenized rails momentum. Cleaner markets and real utility favor the 5 chains that actually move money at scale. These aren't just maybes. When you run them through the XY 10x scanner, you see the moves that actually stick. Real utility plus big institutional flows across our 5 chains. I've done it. You can too. We're making money better with crypto, one regulated utility driven step at a time. Quick scanner recap. Trump clarifying future-proof crypto market structure. DTCC plus Stellar. Tokenization of real assets. Launching H1 2027. BIS Project Agorá. Advancing to live real value testing. Fed injection billions in liquidity and 40 plus major firms forming the Transparency Alliance. The scanner is lighting up green across the board. Brightest on XRP and XLM. But what would that price 10,000x do to your portfolio target if you had just 50k XLM? Here's a back of the napkin math. 50k XLM. All right. And we brought at where I said I was DCAing in, okay, which you can check out on my X post, Okay, and that was at 14 cents, right? Well, be fair, 14.6, let's just say, yeah? So we multiply that by 50k. Okay, and that gives us $7,300, right? That's the dollar cost of 50,000 XLM. All right, and so let's just say that 10,000 X's from here, yeah, times 10,000, right? 10,000. As you could see, that is 73 million. 73, let that sink in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zeros. $73 million. Think about it. All the world's money. XRP's down with the broader market today and still has potential for 10k, but a more realistic price target is XLM's 2k from here if those three things happen. 1, the clear-cut adoption. 2, real user spending real money, which you'll be able to do soon through the Liquiplex DEX and Zig3 V3 dApps. 3, buybacks, which Ripple loves to do, and so will Liquiplex LLC for full disclosure roadmap. If you've been waiting for Wall Street and global institutions to stop talking and start building on the right rails, this week just delivered. Smash the like, subscribe, hit the bell button if the Zai 10x scanner just gave you the edge today. Subscribe for the Zai Edge 10x scanner weekly Zion Coins crypto news roundup. Drop your favorite chains from this week's scanner in the comments. BTC, XLM, XRP or BNB ADA. Next video dropping soon. Deeper dive into exactly how DTCC Stellar tokenization plays out on the Liquiplex DEX, currently testnet MVP, exact wallet tactics positioning, your 5-chain portfolio, and the Zion Coins 10x scanner filter applied to the next wave of institutional flows. Zion Coin ecosystem links are in the description below. We run this scanner every week so you stay ahead. Have a great day, take care now, and I'll see you in the next one.